Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the bishops of Great Millstone. And Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash, Brakatham, to the 144,000 servants as well as the remaining elect of Israel. So real quick, I just came across this post on Instagram. It's from Bloomberg TV, and they're covering the Prime Minister from Denmark. And you know, I've done a lesson on this topic earlier in the morning in regards to the tensions between the United States and Denmark, which, by the way, again, Denmark is one of the 10 horns that we read about in the book of Revelation 17 and 16. It's a part of the NATO alliance. And as I mentioned earlier, what we're seeing in the news is the hatred being stirred up amongst these European nations, amongst the 10 horns, if you will. Their hatred is being stirred up against America. And according to this report here from Bloomberg TV, which I didn't know, it says down here, Denmark Prime Minister Matt Frederiksen said that if President Trump were to attack Greenland, that would mean the end of the NATO alliance. Okay, so what we're seeing right now is the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Shai breaking up Esau's kingdom, okay, bringing about great division amongst these Edomites, amongst these Edomite nations, which is a beautiful thing to see. What we're witnessing is prophecy, right? Even Yahweh Shai said that if Satan be divided against Satan, how can his kingdom stand? Okay, so these Edomites, their kingdom is divided according to the prophecy. Prophecies such as Daniel chapter 2, you can read from verse 38 on down. You know, it speaks about Esau's kingdom being divided. So that's what's happening in the news, man. You know, the Lord is bringing this man's kingdom to an abrupt end. Let me just play this back and I'll read off what's being said here in the video. So she says, firstly, I believe that the US president, i.e. Donald Trump, the king of Babylon, should be taken seriously when he says that he wants Greenland. But I also want to make it clear that if the United States chooses to attack another NATO country militarily, then everything stops. That is including our North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which we understand NATO alongside the European Union is the beast. You know, it's the revival of the ancient pagan Roman Empire today, with America spearheading that whole hegemony. NATO being the military end of that alliance, and the European Union being the economic, political division of that hegemony. Okay, so this woman is saying that if he attacks, it's the end of NATO. That is including our NATO and thus the security that has been provided since the end of World War II, which is known as the second woe in the Bible. And what does it say about the second woe? Revelation 11 verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, World War III, which is on the horizon. Okay, we're in the midst of World War III. It's going to escalate, and it's going to escalate to a nuclear war, and it's going to result in the complete destruction of this place that you know as America, Babylon the Great. Okay, Obadiah verse 7. It's going down, man. Denmark has always been a good ally of the United States. We want to continue to be so. But I also have to address that some of what is being said from the American side, and of course, we will not accept a situation where we and the Greenland are threatened in this way. So she ain't backing down. You know, we'll see what comes of this. But again, this is what's happening in terms of geopolitics, in terms of Esau's kingdom, which is currently being divided through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. So I pray and hope that you brothers and sisters out there were edified. This is just a brief update pertaining to the lesson that I done earlier. Until next time, I'll say Shalom.